So welcome to the revamped Badgers Den Breakdown, joined by our expanded panel of experts, Zach Engel, Frank DeBartolo, Matt Anderson. And we'll start off with a quick shout out to the women's and men's rowing teams who were at the CURC Nationals last weekend and finished 4th and 2nd respectively, so good job guys. Also a shout out to the women's and men's cross country teams at the OUA Championships last weekend. The Badgers men's baseball team who finished their season 2nd after going 28-7. And finally, the women's lacrosse team, who came home with the silver after a tough loss to the Western Mustangs in the OUA Championships. So, the men's lacrosse team had their first playoff game, and they throttled Laurentian 13-3. They've been perennial contenders for the last couple of seasons now, but a number of graduations this season only went 9-3. How have the number of graduations affected the team this season?
I mean, really, it's been pretty big. You know, you lose 7 of your top 8 scorers to just various graduations, and just moving on in the world of lacrosse is obviously going to hurt your team. But you know, a lot of guys have stepped up. Nick Baudouin came up this year, really not just a face-off man anymore, really good offensive generator. Brandon Slade obviously led the league in points and assists. I mean, that's huge for this team because you'd think coming in, you know, again, 7 of the top 8 guys gone, you'd think offense would be at a premium. Not even close. They've been a powerhouse pretty much all year. Again, 9-3 is a step back, and that's a sign of a really good program.
Does Justin Kennedy deserve a lot of credit for the way they played over the past season?
The coach always deserves credit. When your team can constantly churn out winning seasons, and winning seasons to the extent that the Badgers lacrosse team has, he absolutely does.
Are they still front runners for the Gateway Championship?
I will say they are not the front runners, but that does not mean I'm dismissing them as potential champions. What they have is a high-flying offense, which obviously the best defense is a good offense. You can't dismiss Western. Western Mustangs are obviously the front runners in this section of the Gateway Cup. They had an 11-1 regular season. They had a 71 goal differential. But if Brock can bring their offense out, maybe they can beat them.
So they've lost 2 straight years in the playoffs to Guelph, including a 13-12 heartbreaker last season. What will it take to get over the hump? Because it really seems like Guelph has had their number recently.
The fact that they got all the way there and they were so close to winning it all, even though they lost in the semifinals last year to Guelph, they're a team that, despite the loss of some of their star players, they're still clearly one of the best teams in the entire CUFLA. They've got unbelievable players. Brandon Slade's one of the best players in the CUFLA. He's an MVP candidate. And last year, they were 3 minutes away from advancing past Guelph before uncharacteristically giving up 2 late goals and then seeing their season slip away. But I think they're a team that certainly is still up there with the best in the league. They may not be the best, as Matt alluded to, but they're certainly, especially with their experience, a team that absolutely can go all the way. They just got to continue to stick to the plan. Justin Kennedy's done a terrific job with the new players that are coming in and keeping the focus on the prize and trying to achieve the championship in the CUFLA, and I think that they certainly can do that as long as they stick to the script.
The men's lacrosse team will be fighting for their lives on November 6th against Trent University, who shocked the favorite Queens Golden Gales last weekend. It's pretty simple. Loser goes home, winner moves on to the championship semifinals against the 13-0 McGill Redmen.